Hey everyone, welcome to a brief subscriber update video. Now there is a few reasons I'm making this video. First of all, a lot of people are wondering why there hasn't been another client build. Where is client build 22 and 23 and all the others that are coming up? Because there's been a bit of a gap for the past few weeks. Well, it's because I'm waiting on component releases. The GTX 1080 is on very short supply here in Australia, and a lot of my customers don't want the Founders Edition. We're waiting on, the EVGA FTW and Classified, and I'm waiting on water blocks for them, the Rampage 5 Edition 10, the Samsung SM961. And so until all of these components become available, I can't start any more client builds. And so I've been working on a number of other interesting projects during this little gap that I've had, the first gap that I've had in years. And it's given me a little bit of a chance to catch up on some of the things that I've been quite behind on. But before I get to showing you just a couple of the things that I'm currently working on, I want to talk about the way I do my videos. Now, the way I used to do my videos, I'd be doing a build, and back in the early days of my channel, it was just my own personal builds, because I always had a lot of personal builds happening, and I'd be about to build a system, I'd be really excited about it, enthusiastic, and just pick up the camera and not even think about the filming. I was just thinking about the excitement of building the system, the hardware, and really have a lot of fun with it. Well, that has definitely changed over the years. And now it's more like, instead of thinking about having fun and building the system, I'm thinking about trying to perfect the filming. And it's always about getting the right shot and getting the lighting right and getting the audio right and all of that. And I think it's taken away a lot of the passion out of my videos. And you can just, because I film them, I try to get the filming as good as I can with the knowledge that I have, and then later I edit everything and I do a voiceover. But by then it might be a few months later, sometimes it's even years later, and I have completely forgotten about the build. It was a long time ago, I've just lost the excitement for it, and so it just doesn't work. So I'm going to go back to the original way that I used to do my videos when I first started my channel, which is picking up the camera and filming. And I think that it's going to be more exciting for people, and it's certainly going to be more fun and more exciting for me. And that's what people want to see. That's really what it's all about, seeing me having fun and the passion of it and all of that. So I think that the filming, the audio might not be as good, although I am improving all of that right now. I'm in the process of improving the audio. I have a new lavalier microphone here, and I'm running that to the Zoom H5. And, I have a new tripod on the way, and a camera slide, and, lots of cool stuff to play around with. But then, I think I can tie it in with some good B-roll. When I finish a build, I can add some good B-roll of the finished product, and still do some good filming. But yeah, I definitely want to go back to the original way that I did things, to show the fun and the passion of it. The other thing is, right now I have so many things happening that are behind the scenes, and it's never been like this for me, because I've always been, I've always had a lot of other builds going on to survive, but it's usually everything that I'm doing I talk about or I show on the channel. It's full disclosure, because my channel is my entire life. It's what I put all of my time into. But I'm now moving on to some very exciting things, and really this is what I always dreamed of doing, which is design, creating my own components. And I still hardly have any time for it at all to think about it, but I do have a lot of products in development and prototypes. Over here I have a couple of amazing prototypes. I have another one out there in the other garage, which I would just absolutely love to show you guys. And this is the thing for me, I hate holding things back. I really believe in sharing information. But I've given away so many of my ideas freely. You know, a lot... Well, I'll just tell you one story, and I'm not going to mention any names. But I had an unofficial talk with a big company a few years ago. And they asked me what I thought of their products and their cases, and if I had any ideas for them, that they were getting into the Australian market and how to, you know, tap into that. And there's just a lot of different things. And I kind of got a little bit impatient with them because I had this overall frustration with all of the products on the market currently. And I kind of took it out on them a little bit in that, you know, I was just like, I'm very unimpressed with everything on the market. There's no one doing anything new. Everyone's just copying everyone. And I said, if you really want to change your reputation from, you know, just an OEM company and get into the gaming market and also the enthusiast market, then this is what you need to do. I said, you need to create something super unique, something that nobody has done before. And they said, do you have any ideas? And I said, yes. And I gave them a concept, an idea that I had. I can't tell you what it is because as soon as I do, you'll know exactly which case it is. And that was the last I heard from them. But I guess it was about 8 months later, I saw it on the market. I could even tell you where I got the original inspiration from, but that's going to give it away too. Because I don't want to take any credit for it because I was giving away my ideas freely. And I've done this many times because I just want to share my ideas. I just want to see them out there. I'm not worried about making money out of them, you know. But now I have big goals for the channel. I want the channel to grow. I've really struggled up to this point to survive. I have a family to feed. I need to keep a roof over my head. If I'm going to continue doing this for you guys, I have to stop just giving away all of the ideas that I have to everybody. Because seriously, I've watched big companies make probably millions and millions out of these ideas. And so that's why I have a lot of things going on around me right now that are behind the scenes. I would love to share them with you guys, but if I do, then these ideas will be taken. That is something I have to stop. But, you know, not by choice. I'd love to share everything that I'm doing. So, the couple of projects, now that I've brought up those couple of subjects, which I really wanted to talk about, I'll show you just a few of the things that I have going on around here. So in the little bit of time, the little 2-week gap that I've had between client builds, I've built the SingularityComputers NAS, which there's a build log for on the channel, just a very small one. This build is unfinished. There will be upgrades for it soon. And you can see that it's not plugged in and up and running yet, even though I really, really need a backup right now. I have nothing. But that's because I need to have an internet port installed in this room. It needs to be run through the wall and all of that. So I have an electrician coming to do that. But I also have the Deepcool Tristellar review coming up, long awaited. This is something I've been meaning to do for a while now. But with everything that I've had happening, I've been unable to. I just have not had the time. And I really wanted to do this case some justice. And so this will actually be my first 4K video. And I'm in the process of editing and doing the voiceover. So that will be coming out probably in a few days. But this case is just incredible. This is a case after my own heart. It is truly unique. This company has stepped out and done something really bold and taken a risk and done something really exciting here. And, you know, it's really changed their reputation of their products, you know. And nobody steps out and does really unique products like this. It's either they don't have the creativity and the ideas, or they're just not bold enough to do something truly different. Because, you know, it is a risk. People are either going to love it or they're absolutely going to hate it. But great job to Deepcool, and I would love to do a build into this case and modify it. So hopefully I get the time to do that very soon. I have builds ready to start absolutely everywhere, hardware, as always. Whenever you see my GoPro collection out, you know that it's modding time. So that's what I'm getting set up for there. Over here I have a build that has just arrived a few days ago. This is exactly how it arrived. I haven't touched it yet. But this is the Thermaltake Core P5. I'm going to be painting that in a white pearl. And I might do something cool with the paint job, add a very, very fine blue flake, because it's going to have a clear UV blue loop. So upgrade, basically a rebuild and upgrade, custom cables, new motherboard, water block, a few other things. All of this just arrived this morning from AlphaCool for review. So there will be a review on all of these products as soon as I have a spare minute. Some pretty cool products here, some of their new stuff. I was the first one to build a reservoir mount to mount a reservoir to a radiator. Something that I've been doing for years with UN brackets, you know, this combination of UN brackets and plastic mounts. Now, a couple of UN brackets is $50 US. So that does not include the plastic mounts. And it is not a good looking config when you're done. And it ends up more expensive than a SingularityComputers reservoir mount. So I've created the first reservoir mount, a completely unique design and product that I came up with that mounts a reservoir or a pump and reservoir configuration to a radiator. So any 120 or 140 mil radiator, that means 120 through to 480 and 140 through to 560. Any 60 millimeter reservoir tube, so Bits Power, EK, AlphaCool, there's a lot of 60 millimeter reservoir tubes. It's almost the standard size. And you know, as these mounts become more popular, I'm going to probably do more sizes potentially. Right now I'm working on a prototype for 80 millimeter, oh, actually 85 millimeter reservoir tubes, the Aqua Computer reservoirs. So I will be releasing other sizes, but I actually sent out a lot of review samples months ago because I really wanted people to at least do some overviews, because so many people don't understand these products. They don't understand their compatibility or what they even do. And so, because nobody has done the reviews after all this time, I'm going to have to do some sort of overview video to explain these products to people. Explain how they work, the benefits, and what they are actually getting here. That it's something completely unique that's never been done before, and there is nothing else out there like it. This is the only high-end reservoir mount. Other than this, there are only plastic mounts. And, you know, the odd modified custom one that people have done. But these are full billet alloy. They're carved from a solid piece. So they're super high-end, beautiful component, and they're anodized, which means that the surface is very, very hard and durable. They come in a lot of different colors, as you can see. These are actually haven't been prepared for sale yet, so they don't have the logo, they don't have the rubber inserts, and they don't have the bolts with them yet. So it's not exactly what they look like. But anyway, that video will also be coming up, all of the details on SingularityComputers reservoir mounts, but just so that you can get a better look. And I have another batch on the way, so we'll have a lot more stock soon. And I should have mentioned this to begin with, we now have distribution from High Flow in the Netherlands, E22 in the UK, and Ice Mods in Iceland. And we'll soon have distribution in the US. So pretty much wherever you are in the world, you'll be able to get these quickly and cheaply, because that has been the problem so far. Selling them from Australia, most people have to pay a lot for shipping. So that is definitely something that I have resolved. And with the next batch, we'll have massive distribution from within the US. Very, very exciting. And, you know, if they're successful, and they have been so far, have a lot more components to come. So here I have a sponsored build, and this is really the first sponsored build I've ever done. You know, I've been given a few bits and pieces by companies in the past, but the rest of the components I've had to pay for out of my own pocket. But this is actually a fully sponsored build by M-Wave Australia, Gigabyte, G-Skill, Fractal, and Sapphire. This is really going to be all about the modding for me, because I'm going to be modifying the Fractal Define S, and I have all of the materials out here ready to go. So you probably already saw some of this, but some 5mm black acrylic, great material for modding because you can paint it, make it look like metal. I have a lot of aluminium here from a different project which is already laser cut, so I'll be able to use some of that, some mesh, and 10mm acrylic down there. 4mm brass panel. I mean, that is worth a fortune. It's absolutely awesome, that stuff. When you polish it, I mean, there's a little bit polished just there. It looks like real gold. It's full on mirror finish, and that's not even properly polished. So I also have a lot of amazing paint here. I've really developed a love for painting. I really enjoy it. Once you have your setup perfected and the right guns, and you have them all adjusted properly, and you know, you've had a bit of practice, it is really, really enjoyable because I can get an absolutely superb result. But I have some amazing paint here, like this virtual chrome. This thing, it's $2,000 a litre, but you paint it over black and it actually looks like a full-on mirror chrome. And then you can go over that with candies, which are basically dyes, so you can give it like a red tint or a blue tint or whatever color you want. So I have candy apple red left over from the, what am I calling it now, the SingularityComputers composites project, and also a candy orange, and over there I have my clear coat. But anyway, I love my painting now, and I love these DNA products, so I get very obsessive about it. But you're going to see all this in a few days when this mod begins. But anyway, I will stop rambling on, and I really need to get started on this project. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, and remember that none of this would be possible without our patrons.